It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Come on, boys. Come on. Red 80. I got you. Red 80. Kill.
The first carry now for Alex Collins. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
I have to admit I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's second down.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Red 80. All day. Here we go.
Now Kaepernick. Checks this one down. It's Mitchell. They find some open field here. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Mitchell. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, 91.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 23. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. And they give this time to the tailback. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 2nd and 4. Kaepernick going to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
On the jet sweep, this is Marshall. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Terrace Marshall with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point hooks a bit, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
I got my coffee rolled out for you. What's up? Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Hey, tighten down. There you go. And 80. Check 50. Check. Fresno. He's checking.
Off of play action, Darnold. That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
Now, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Darnold on third down. And this one complete to Smith. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
They don't get nothing.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Handoff comes to Chubb, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Houston. Tariq Cohen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On second down, it's Mitchell. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. Play action. Now Kaepernick.
Early down stuff.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. To throw, Kaepernick. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. He'll buy some time, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Flushed out right. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, is so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Colts are going to have it here just past the 25. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Watch out, watch out.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. Rolling to his right. Here's a diving catch right side. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
They fake the give. Now Kaepernick rolling to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
You. Mike one. Crunch time, defense. Check 50, check 50. Watch the edge. 180.
A final shot before half for Kaepernick. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter.
He's coming. Deuce.
They'll throw now on the final play. Sliding out of the pocket. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have the show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Get ready.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Play action. It's Darnold. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Check Mike 27.
Faking the give, Darnold. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Second and 21. A lot of ground to cover. From the 50, it's Darnold. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught. Touchdown, Houston. Tyreek Hill. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
To throw is Kaepernick. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he is going to have a Colts first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, Kaepernick. And this one is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Now Kaepernick. Room to run past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now a play fake. Kaepernick on the move to his left. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down now, it's Mitchell, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Right back to him on 1st down. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Here's Kaepernick to throw. Going back to Marshall. He's got him again. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
91.
They're going for it. It's Kaepernick. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Colts. Travis Kelce, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. The extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Chubb with a carry on first down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's second down. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Darnold. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. Now Darnold. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
They'll swing this complete out to Hill. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend. Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Throw left side, taken in by Hill. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
You better believe it, baby. You better believe.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Elijah Mitchell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Darnold. That is caught by Cohen. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Here we go, side. 127. Here we go. Single, slap.
The shotgun snap for Darnold.
14 moving.
That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Come on, QB, come on. SOS.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. 126 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Back to throw, Kaepernick. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And the Colts are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back in Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Three yards remain for 2nd down.
Watch the pass.
To throw is Kaepernick. Finding Kelsey. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Red, 80! Watch the screen!
They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And he's going to get this one down to the 45.
Red, 80! Easy!
Now Kaepernick. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, 91.
Kaepernick to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock.
Get him, boys.
So it's all going to ride here on the left foot of their kicker. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So now it all comes down to the left foot of their kicker. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the Hoosier State will celebrate tonight as the Colts have won it. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Colts, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will hit the road next week for a date with